कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। जय प्रभुपद, जय जय प्रभुपद, प्रभुपद शील प्रभुपद। ओम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। नमो शुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। नमो शुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती नामिने। श्रीवार्षभानवी देवी दैताय कृपाब्धये कृष्ण संबंध विज्ञान दायिने प्रभवे नमः। माधुरी जल प्रेमाळ श्रीरूपानुगभक्तिद श्री गौर करुणा शक्ति विग्रहाय नमोस्तुते। नमस्ते गौरवाणी श्रीमूर्ति दीनतारिणे रूपानुगविद्धाप सिद्धांत स्वान्तहारिणे। नमो गौरकिशोराय साक्षात् वैराग्य मूर्ति विप्लम्बर सांबोधि पादाम्बुजाय ते नमः। नमो भक्ति विनोदाय सच्चिदानंदनामिने गौरशक्ति स्वरूपाय रूपानुगवराय ते। गौराविर्भाव भूमे स्वं निर्देष्टा सज्जना प्रिय वैष्णव सार्वभौम श्री जगन्नाथाय ते नमः। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महोदान्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरतुषे नमः। पंचतत्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यां नमामि भक्तशक्तिकं। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त श्रीराधाकान्त नमोस्तुते। जयतां सुरतौ पंगुर्मम मन्देर्मतेर्गति मत्सर्वसुपदाम्बुजौ श्रीराधा मदनमोहनौ। दिव्यवृन्दारण्यं कल्पाद्रुमाद श्रीमद्रत्नागार सिंहासनस्थो श्रीमद्राधा शीलगोविन्ददेवो पृष्ठालिभिः सेव्यमानुस्मरामि। श्रीमान राससारंभी वंशीवटतटस्थितः कर्षन् वेणुसुनीलकूपे गोपीनाथ श्रीयस्तु नः। तप्तकाञ्चन गौरांगी श्रीराधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यः च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम राम राम। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। So yesterday we did up to 62nd verse. Today 63rd verse onwards. 18 chapter 63rd verse onwards. इति ते ज्ञानमाख्यातं गुह्याद् गुह्यतरं मया विमृशयेद् अशेषेण यथेच्छसि तथा कुरु। इति ते ज्ञानमाख्यातं गुह्याद् गुह्यतरं मया विमृशयेत् अशेषेण यथेच्छसि तथा कुरु। Now Krishna has given his opinion. Now Krishna says, it is up to you. If you have liked it, you can take it. So see how Krishna is so liberal and allows the Jiva to use his independence. Krishna can give suggestions, opinions, but Krishna never forces anyone to do anything. Iti te jnanam akhyatam. Akhyatam means I have described this knowledge, akhyatam. And how is this knowledge? Guhyat guhyataram. Guhyat guhyataram. is the most confidential. But there's a confidential knowledge. It is more confidential than the confidential knowledge. Please mute the phone, Gadadhar Prabhu. Chandrapati Prabhu, make me host so that our co-host, whatever, so that I can mute. Ghuyat. It is more confidential than the confidential knowledge. That means among all the confidential subject matters, this knowledge which I have given to you is the most confidential subject matter. Vimrushaya etat asheshena. I have given you everything. Complete knowledge I have given to you. Krishna says, I have given you everything. Akyatam. I have described to you everything. And you can completely depend on this. Deliberate on this fully. That means follow whatever I have said. Whatever you can follow or whatever you want to do, you can do. Yatha ichhasi tatha kuru. Deliberate on this fully and then do what you wish to do. That means think about this. Whatever the knowledge I have given, think about this. So yesterday there was a doubt which was aroused by Dayasagar Prabhu about Bhutatma. What is the meaning of Bhutatma? Atma, now see in this Guhyataram Jnanam. What is this Guhyataram? Guhya, Guyyatamam, Guhyataram. The topmost knowledge. The topmost knowledge is everything belongs to Krishna. That is why Atma is sometimes referred to body, mind, sometimes to intelligence. Swatma also, Jivatma. That means everything is actually belonging to Krishna. When Bhutatma is been told, this Bhutatma also refers to Lord who is seated in everyone's heart. He is also known as Bhutatma. And also another meaning of Bhutatma is one who is friendly to everyone. We had this in 5th chapter. Not 5th chapter, Bhutatma. Just see which chapter we had. 5th or 6th chapter we had. Controlling the intelligence, mind, senses. Then he becomes Bhutatma. That means he becomes the friend for everyone. In 5th chapter. Just open that. You can type Bhutatma. Bhuta Bhavanaha, Bhutatma, Bhuta Bhavana, like this it will come. Type where it is. So what is Bhutatma here refers to? He is the friend of everyone. 5.7. 5.7. Yeah. Yoga yukto vishuddhatma visitatma jitendriya sarvabhutatma bhutatma kurvannapi alipyate. Sarvabhutatma bhutatma. Sarvabhutatma here refers to who? Sarvabhutatma. Sarvabhuta atma bhuta. It is not Sarvabhutatma Bhutatma. No. Sarvabhuta Atma Bhuta. Sarvabhuta means all living entities. Is Atma Bhutatma. Atma Bhutatma means he is the friend of everyone. If you say Sarvabhutatma Bhutatma, whole meaning changes. How? Sarvabhutatma. The one who is seated in everyone's heart, Sarvabhutatma, he is Bhutatma. No, he is not seated in everyone's heart. Sarvabhuta, that means all living entities. Who is he? Atma Bhutatma. Atma Bhutatma means he is friendly to everyone. He is Atma Bhutatma. So when you say Bhutatma means compassion, compassionate. How is he? Atma Bhutatma, some compassionate soul to every living entity. But he is not seated in every living entity's heart. It is Krishna who is seated in every living entity's heart. It's a very technical subject. Sarva Bhuta Atma Bhuta. If you just put Sarva Bhutatma Atma Bhuta, Sarva Bhutatma Bhutatma, then what will happen? Sarva Bhutatma Bhutatma, if you write. That means he is the one who is seated in everyone's heart. No, he is not the one. It is Lord who is seated in everyone's heart. And because this person has controlled his senses, he becomes friend for everyone. Now, this is all Guhya Jnana which Krishna has given. Krishna says, among all the Guhya Jnana, this is the topmost what I have given. And if you deliberate on this, that means if you really consider and see and analyze, do the analysis, then you can understand the real depth of it. And then whatever you want to do, you do. Okay. Krishna Priya.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Iti te jnanamakhyatam guhyat guhyataram maya vimruccheta adrishyena yayechasi tada kuru. Translation. Thus, I have explained to you knowledge still more confidential. Deliberate on this fully and then do what you wish to do. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The Lord has already explained to Arjuna the knowledge of Brahma Bhuta. One who is in the Brahma Bhuta condition is joyful. He never laments or does he desire anything. That is due to confidential knowledge. Krishna also disclosed knowledge of the super soul. This is also Brahman knowledge of Brahman, but it is superior. Here the words yati chesi tatha kuru.
Yathechasi.
Yatechasi yatha kuru. Yatechasi tatha kuru. As you like, you may act. Indicate that God does not interfere with the little independence of the living entity. In Bhagavad Gita, Lord has explained in all respects how one can elevate his living condition. The best advice imparted to Arjuna is to surrender unto the super soul seated within his heart. By right discrimination, one should agree to act according to the order of the super soul. That will help one become situated constantly in Krishna consciousness, the highest perfectional stage of human life. Arjuna is being directly ordered by the personality of Godhead to fight. Surrender to the Supreme Personality of Godhead is in the best interest of the living entities. It is not for the interest of the Supreme. Before surrendering, one is free to deliberate on this subject as far as the intelligence goes. That is the best way to accept the instructions of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Such instruction comes although through the spiritual master, the bona fide representative of Krishna. Hare Krishna.
So Krishna has given Guhya Jnana, Guhyatara Jnana, Guhyatamam. Guhyatara, Guhyatamam. So actually Guhyatamam is topmost, where Krishna has given the topmost of the knowledge. Why Krishna says yes, this Guhyatara of all the Guhyam. That means this is Guhyatamam Jnanam. What is going to come here? Sarva Guhyatamam. The next was Guhyatamam word is used. There Guhyatara word is used. That means Krishna has given confidential, more confidential, most confidential. When it comes to confidential knowledge, it is the nature of the soul and the body. When it comes to Guhyatara Jnanam, the nature of the material elements, that is from, if you see the nature of the material elements, how this body is made up of, and then Guhyatamam, how to achieve the Supreme Person. And when you say Guhyatara, in that also the connection of the soul and Jada Brahman to Krishna is also given. So first is, I'm not the body, I'm soul. That is first Guhya Jnana. Guhyam is confidential. More confidential, Guhyatara is what? That the soul, body, and Lord, they're all different at the same time connected to each other. How to achieve that connection? That is Guhyatamam Jnanam, that is Bhakti. So in this way, Krishna has given in levels all the Jnanam. So if you see the first 6 chapters, it contains Karma Yoga. Last is Jnana Yoga. In middle, Bhakti Yoga. So let us see. When it comes to first 6 chapters, it is known as Guhya Jnanam. Why it is Guhya Jnanam? Because there Krishna is emphasizing on the Sankhya. What is that Sankhya? That how this body is separate and how the soul is separate. How the soul is separate from the body. Soul is anyhow perishable, imperishable, and the body is perishable. In this way, Krishna has given some part. In the second chapter, if you see, some small Sankhya part has been given. But if you see the middle 6 chapters, that is Guhyatamam Jnanam, the topmost, that is Bhakti, Raja Vidya, Raja Guhya. It is the topmost of all the secrets, where Krishna is teaching how to achieve a supreme person who is controlling both body and the soul. And if you see last 6 chapters, if you see, there Krishna is giving Guhyattara Jnanam. What is it? Guhyattara Jnanam. The more emphasis on how these modes of material nature are, how there is differences in the way of your sacrifice, way of your austerities, way of your eating habits. So in this way, the more emphasis is given on understanding how the Prakriti acts on the body. How the Prakriti acts on the body. The first 6 chapters are Karma Yoga or Buddhi Yoga, you can see. Where here, okay, how it acts, and there what type of activity should be done so that one is freed from all the bondage. So that is why in the 3rd chapter you have this Yajnatat Karmano Mitra Lokoyam Karma Bandhana. So what type of activity can free us from different entanglements? That is Guhyattara. And Guhyatamam, how that Yajnatat Karmano Mitra should be attained, how everything should be performed for him. So it is all the levels of understanding. So in this way, Krishna says, I have given the secret of all secrets. Now, 64th verse. Sarva guhyatamam bhuya shunu me paramam vachaha ishtosi me drishtamiti tato vakshami te hitam. Now, Krishna says, I gave you the topmost of all the knowledge. So Krishna says, Guhya, Sarva Guhya Tamam. Sarva Guhya Tamam means among all the secrets, I have given you the topmost of all the secret. Guhya Tamam, the most confidential secret. And what is that most confidential secret? Krishna is a person. Krishna eats. Krishna says, no? Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam. Yat Karoshi Yadashnashi. 9th chapter, what it is? Manmana Bhamat Bhakto. Krishna is a person. As much as Krishna is a person, there is personal relationship of every jiva to Krishna. So this is the most Guhyatamam Jnanam, to make everyone understand that Krishna is a person. If you see first 6 chapters, there Krishna is a person cannot be understood by any of the verses. Although a small hint is given. If you see 2nd chapter, where Krishna says, 2nd chapter, 11th verse, so 12th verse, Natvevaham jatu nasam natvam neme janadipa nachaiva na bhavishyama sarve vayamata param. Krishna says, there was not a time when you, I, all the kings never existed before. There was not a time like that. It means we were existing before, we are existing now, we will be existing in the future also. So a small hint of Guhyatamam Jnanam has been given, where Krishna is emphasizing that he is a person, he is accepting. Krishna eats. Krishna says, offer everything to me. Manmana bhav manpakto, become my devotee. I'll take you back home, back to Godhead. So in this way, Krishna says, Guhyatamam bhuyaha shunu me paramam vachaha. Shunu. This is the topmost instruction. In the 10th chapter, if you see, Tesham satatiptanam bhajatam priti purvakam, love me, Krishna says. Always think about me, always love me, be priti purvakam. So this is paramam vachaha. Ishtosi me. Ishtosi. Why I have given you to this knowledge? Because you are very dear to me. Ishtaha. Drulamiti. Drulamiti. So in this way, because you are very dear to me, I have given you this knowledge. Therefore, tataha vakshyami te tahitam. For your benefit, I have given this topmost of the knowledge. There are levels. There is a jnani, there is a yogi, there is a bhakta. For a jnani, he does a lot of tapasya. Just to know I am not the body, I am soul. Just to know that. That is, he is just interested till Jnana Yoga, Sankhya Yoga. Little more than that is a yogi who tries to see Lord in everyone. Sarva Bhuta Atma Bhuta. Sarva Bhuta Atma Bhutatma. That means he is trying to see in everyone Krishna. So that is known as a yogi who is seeing the Paramatma who is seated in everyone's heart. One is he is trying to only know about himself. I'm not the body, I'm soul. To one extent, he can know, okay, there is a controller who is controlling these senses, and there's a controller who is controlling this Jada also, Jada Brahman and Jiva Brahman. But more than that, seeing in everyone Lord, that is a yogi. And then who is Bhakta? Who knows Krishna is a person. As much as he's existing in everything, he's existing in the matter, he's also existing in everyone's body, and he also has his personal existence. So that personal relationship is Guhyat Tamam Jnanam. There's a government, okay? We know government is functioning very nicely under the care of our Prime Minister. That is Brahman. What is it, Brahman? Impersonal aspect. We still have not got a personal touch. We have not gone near. We know, okay, government is running properly, very wonderful. We may not know who is the leader, but everything is functioning properly. This is Guhya Gyan. Guhya Tara, little more than that is what? Oh, there is an office, there's all the administration goes on, there's a legislative assemblies, and all those things. There are certain people who are involved in the legislative assemblies. That is Guhya Tara Gyanam. Guhya Tamam, you go dine with the Prime Minister, you're very close to him, he's shared secrets with you. That is Guhya Tamam. Krishna says, I have shared secret with you. And what is the topmost secret? I will eat whatever you give. Yat karoshi, yadashnashi, yat juhoshi, dadasi. Yat tapasyasi kaunte, tat kurushva madarpana. Are mujhe dena. You give me, I will eat. I am a person, Krishna says. I am not just restricted to Brahman. I am not just restricted to Paramatma. I am a person, you are a person, there is a personal relationship. So this is Guhya Tamam Jnanam, the topmost, that Krishna eats. Krishna is a person. Krishna hears. We may do Archa Vigra Sevanam, but Tomara Pratima Nahi Sakshat Brajendra Nandana. He is Sakshat Brajendra Nandana. Avashya Rakshive Krishna. Krishna says, Yoga Kshemam Vahamyam. I protect my devotees. I protect the devotion of my devotees. Yoga Kshemam Vahamyam. Krishna says. Tesham Satatuktanam. Whoever is connected very wonderfully with me, I am always with him. So in this way, Krishna has given so many promises. That is Guhyat Tamam Jnanam. And why Krishna is speaking this to Arjuna? Because Krishna says, I consider you as my most dear friend. That is why I am giving this knowledge to you. Okay, Kamalakshmi Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Sarvaguhyattamam bhuyyah surnum me paramamachah istosami pratam iti tado vakshayami te kitam. Translation: because you are my very dear friend, I am speaking to you my supreme instruction, the most confidential knowledge of all. Hear this from me, for it is for your benefit. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. The Lord has given Arjuna knowledge that is confidential knowledge of Brahman, and still more confidential knowledge of the super soul within everyone's heart. And now he is giving the most confidential part of knowledge. Just surrender unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead. At the end of the 9th chapter, he has said, Man manaha, just always think of me. The same instruction is repeated here to stress the essence of the teachings of Bhagavad Gita. This essence is not understood by a common man, but by one who is actually very dear to Krishna, a pure devotee of Krishna. This is the most important instruction in all Vedic literature. What Krishna is saying in this connection is the most essential part of knowledge, and it should be carried out not only by Arjuna, but by all living entities. Hare Krishna Mataji.
So again, in 65th verse, Krishna is going to say, Manmana. Let me think of me. Who? Me means who? Impersonal? Brahman aspect? Or Paramatma aspect? No. The Bhagavan aspect. That means Lord has a wonderful personality. He is a person. So that personality, the supreme person says, think of me. Manmana bhava madbhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mame vaishyasi satyam te pratijani priyosi me. Second time Krishna is repeating. 9th chapter last verse and 18th chapter 65th verse. Krishna says, Satyam te, I am giving you promise. Pratijani, I am giving you promise. What is the promise Krishna gives? Krishna says, I promise you this, that you will come to me. Mame vaishyasi. Mame vaishyasi means you will come back to me. Because you're very dear to me, and this is a promise which I have given to you. But for that, what you have to do? Manmana bhava madbhakto. Madhyaji mam namaskuru. Manmana, always think about me. Madbhaktaha, you are my devotee. Madhyaji, worship me, Krishna says. Madhyaji, mam namaskuru, offer obeisances to me. If you do this, O Arjuna, you are sure to come back to me, he says. So again, Krishna is giving this topmost jnana. That is why before this, what is been told? Sarva guhyatamam jnanam. This is the topmost of all the knowledge. That Krishna accepts our services. This is the topmost of the knowledge. He is Supreme Master, we are servant. And Krishna accepts our services provided it is done out of complete humbleness. So humility is the essence. So even in Shikshashtakam, second verse, what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says? Vladapi sunichena, tarorapi sahishnuna, manina, manadena, kirtaniya sadhari. So these four aspects are very important. Vladapi sunichena, humility, tolerance, giving respect to others, never expecting respect from others. So all these four are very confidential subject matter. Here also Krishna says the same thing. Manmana bhamad bhakto, become my devotee. Worship me and pay obeisances to me. Okay, Parthabandhu Prabhu, read. Your voice is not coming, Prabhu. Nikhil, read.
Manmana bhava madbhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mame vaishyasi satyam te pratijane priyosi me. Translation: always think of me, become my devotee, worship me and offer your homage unto me. Thus you will come to me without fail. I promise you this because you are my very dear friend. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. The most confidential part of knowledge is that one should become a pure devotee of Krishna and always think of him and act for him. One should not become an official meditator. Life would be so molded that one will always have the chance to think of Krishna. One should always act in such a way that all his daily activities are in connection with Krishna. He should arrange his life in such a way that throughout the 24 hours, he cannot but think of Krishna. And the Lord's promise is that anyone who is in such pure Krishna consciousness will certainly return to the abode of Krishna, where he will be engaged in association of Krishna face to face. This most confidential part of knowledge was given to Arjuna because he is the dear friend of Krishna. Everyone who follows the path of Arjuna can become a dear friend to Krishna and obtain the same perfection as Arjuna. These words stress that one should concentrate his mind upon Krishna, the very form with two hands carrying a flute, the bluish boy with a beautiful face, and peacock feathers in his hair. There are descriptions of Krishna found in the Brahma Samhita and other literatures. One should fix his mind on this original form of Godhead, Krishna. One should not even divert his attention to other forms of the Lord. The Lord has multi forms as Vishnu, Narayana, Rama, Varaha, etc. But the devotee should concentrate his mind on the form that was present before Arjuna. Concentration of the mind on the form of Krishna constitutes the most confidential part of knowledge, and this is disclosed to Arjuna because Arjuna is the most dear friend of Krishna's. Correct.
So Lord has multifarious forms, Narayana, Vishnu, Varaha. So here, the most confidential means I have presented myself to you in the original form. That is, Krishna is avatari. All else are avatara of Krishna. So meditating on the form which is present before Arjuna, that is Krishna himself, with complete all opulences, with complete opulences. That is why Krishna is showing also. Vishwarup Darshan, Krishna shows. Everything actually belongs to Krishna. He's the source of everything. So Krishna says, meditate on this form. Manmanabha mattakto. He did not say, you meditate on my avatars. We don't have to. We don't have to meditate on the avatars. But when you see an avatara, we should see Krishna, Shyam Sundar. That is the difference. When you are seeing avatara, when you are seeing Narsimha, whom you are seeing? You are seeing Shyam Sundar. When you are seeing Varaha, whom you are seeing? You are seeing Shyam Sundar, who has appeared in the form of Varaha. Because avatars are like putting mask on the face. Original face is who? Krishna himself. When you are seeing Rama, whom you are seeing? You are actually seeing Krishna. So this is the most secret knowledge. That understanding Krishna is the source of all incarnations. In the secret knowledge, all these things are also included. Then Krishna says, Sarvadharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshishyami ma shucha. Krishna says, do not fear, ma shucha. Somebody called my Shiksha Guru. Some program was there and they told to speak 2 words. Shiksha Guru went to the stage and told ma shucha. 2 words, huh? Please extend it. So, ma shucha, do not worry. Krishna says, Sarva dharman parityaja, give up everything. Surrender to me. Aham tvam sarva papebhyo, I will take away all your sins. You don't have to worry. And mokshishyami ma shuchaha, I will free you from all the sinful reactions. Do not. So this verse speaks about the surrenderance. What are the 6? What are the 6 processes in surrenderance? Process of surrenderance to Krishna is described in Hari Bhakti Vilas. What are the 6 aspects involved in surrenderance, or what are the features of surrenderance? How to understand? There are 6 aspects in surrenderance. First is anukulyasa sankalpa. Anukulyasa sankalpa. In anukul bhav, one has to remember Krishna. Anukulyasa sankalpa. Pratikulyasa varjanam. Whatever unfavorable conditions are there, one has to give it up. Anukulyasa sankalpa, pratikulyasa varjanam. Even though Krishna may like sometimes pratikul bhava, Like Kamsa's Pratikula Bhava was enjoyed by Krishna. Krishna sitting on the chest of Kamsa and beating Kamsa. On the contrary, here Yashoda Mata, thinking of Krishna, goes to remove the boiling pot. Krishna gets angry, even if it is Anukul Bhava, but Krishna is angry with the behavior of Yashoda. It doesn't matter. But still, Krishna says, Anukulyasa Sankalpa. Even if I get angry also, worship me in Anukula Bhava. That means in the favorable mode. Pratikulyasa Varjana. Even if Krishna is happy with Pratikula Bhava, still worship him in Anukula Bhava only. Rakshasitati Vishwaso. Always have faith. Krishna is there to protect. Goptrupte. He is the guardian. He is the guardian to protect us. Goptrupte Varanam Tatha. Atmanikshepa. Control the senses or be vigilant over the senses. Atmanikshepa. Karpanye. Have that kripanataha. Have the humility. So these are the 6 aspects. Shadvida Sharanagati. These are the 6 aspects in Sharanagati. The most important word, Sarvadharman Parityaja, because here, what dharma Krishna has told to give up? The Kaitava dharma. That is why it is said, where Bhagavad Gita ends, Bhagavatam begins. Bhagavatam starts with Dharma Projita Kaitavotra Paramo Nirmat Saranam Satam. Dharma Projita Kaitavotra Paramo. Kaitava dharma has been told to give up. Krishna says, give up Kaitava dharma. What's the meaning of Kaitava dharma? Any activity done having oneself or one's gratification, sense gratification in center. That is Kaitava dharma. Now see, Krishna says in 4th chapter, Yada Yadai dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyuthanam dharmasya tadatmanam srujamyaham. I appear to establish religious principles. Yada Yadai dharmasya. I establish religious principles. And here Krishna says, Sarva dharman parityaja. Give up all types of dharma. How to understand this? I still remember some 20 years before I had gone to Glaxo company for distributing Bhagavad Gita. He told, I will give you everything. I will give you whatever you want. You want to sell this many books? Okay, I will give. But provided you should clarify this to me. Yada Yada dharmas in one place Krishna says, and Sarvadharman Parityaja in another place Krishna says. How to understand this? Which type of religious principles Krishna has come to establish, and what type of religious principles Krishna is telling to give up? How to establish? How to understand this? So, when Krishna says, Yada Yadai dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata, abhyuttanama dharmasya, Krishna comes to establish the religious principles, at the same time remove all the irreligious principles. Wherever irreligion is predominant, Krishna appears. Wherever dharma is declining, Krishna will appear. Why? Krishna has to establish dharma. So which dharma Krishna is establishing? That has been given in Bhagavatam. That is why Bhagavad Gita is read in the eyes of Bhagavatam, and Bhagavatam is read in the eyes of Bhagavad Gita. So in the first canto, 2nd chapter, Krishna very clearly says, Tasmad ekena manasa, Bhagavan satvatam pati, shottavya, kirtitavyascha, deya, pujascha, nityada. 4 types of activities. Krishna says with one pointed attention, one has to do 4 types of activities. What is that? Shottavya, hear about Krishna. Kirtitavyascha, sing about Krishna. Dheya, meditate on him. Pujascha, worship him. If you are not doing this, hearing about Krishna, if you are not interested in hearing about Krishna, again Bhagavatam says, Dharma swanishtita pumsam vishwakshena kathasuya. Na utpadi udiratim shramayevai kevalam. You are only doing a donkey's work. Just working the whole day. If you are not interested in hearing about Krishna, very clearly it has been said, Dharma swanishtita pumsam vishwakshena kathasuya. One has to hear about Krishna. So wherever these 4 religious principles, that is hearing, chanting, meditating, and worshipping, this is declining. Krishna appears to reclaim these principles back. So anukulyasa sankalpa, by anukula bhava, that means always hearing about Krishna, pratikulyasa varjanam. So thinking evil of Krishna, one has to come out of these 2 things. One has to think about Krishna in anukula bhava, and one has to reject the pratikula bhava. Rakshasadapi vishwaso. Krishna is there to protect us. Goptrupti Varanam Tatha. He is the one who is the guardian. Atmanikshepa, control one's senses. Atmanikshepa. Karpanya refers to one has to be humble. Shadvida Sharanagati. In this way, there are 6 aspects in surrenderance. Okay, Jumur, read. Vaishnava Prabhu, you read. Okay, reading, read.
Hare Krishna.
सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज मामेकं शरणं व्रज अहं त्वां सर्वपापेभ्यो मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुचः. Abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reactions. Do not fear. Purport. The Lord has described various kinds of knowledge and process of religion: knowledge of the Supreme Brahman, knowledge of the Super Soul, knowledge of different types of orders and statuses of social life, knowledge of the renounced order of life, knowledge of non-attachment, sense and mind control, meditation, etc. He has described in so many ways different types of religion. Now, in all the processes that have been explained to him, he should simply give up on. Now, in summarizing Bhagavad Gita, the Lord says that Arjuna should give up all the processes that have been explained to him. He should simply surrender to Krishna. That surrender will save him from all kinds of sinful reactions, for the Lord personally promises to protect him. In the 7th chapter, it was said that only one who has become free from all sinful reactions can take to the worship of Lord Krishna. Thus, one may think that unless he is free from all sinful reactions, he cannot take to the surrendering process. To such doubts, it is here said that even if one is not free from all sinful reactions, simply by the process of surrendering to Sri Krishna is automatically freed. There is no need of strenuous effort to free oneself from sinful reactions. One should unhesitatingly accept Krishna as the supreme savior of all living entities. With faith and love, one should surrender unto him. The process of surrender to Krishna is described in the Hari Bhakti Vilas 11.676.
Okay, stop here. One.
Okay.
Okay. So in the 7th chapter, very, very clearly it has been said, only one who has become free from all sinful reactions can take up to the worship of Krishna. Yesham Tvantagatam papam janana punya karmana. Only when all the papam here refers to the material desires, and completely the material desires are done with. That can be sakarma, vikarma, whatever it may be. It has material desires. So yesham tvantagatam papam jananam punya karmanam. That is the time punya karmanam. Punya karmanam here refers to the devotional service. We are not talking about the pious activities of this material world. Okay, Vaishnava Prabhu, read from here.
Hare Krishna Mataji. The process of surrender to Krishna is described in Hari Bhakti Vilas 11.676.
So this has to be memorized. When you say what is there in surrenderance, 6 aspects are there. Yeah, now read.
Anukulasya sankalpa pratikulasya varjanam rakshishyati vishwasho
Lakshisyatati.
Rakshishyati vishwasho.
No, Rakshisyatati. Simple.
Rakshishyati.
Atiti.
Atiti. Rakshishyati. Vishwasho goptripte varnam tatha atmanikshepa karpanye shadvida sharanagati. According to the devotional process, one should simply accept such religious principle that will lead ultimately to the devotional service of the Lord. One may perform a particular occupational duty according to his position in the social order. But if by executing his duty, one does not come to the point of Krishna consciousness, all his activities are in vain. Anything that does not lead to the perfection stage of Krishna consciousness should be avoided. One should be confident that in all circumstances, Krishna will protect him from all difficulties. There is no need of thinking how one should keep the body and soul together. Krishna will see to that. One should always think himself helpless and should consider Krishna the only basis for his progress in life. As soon as one seriously engages him in devotional service to the Lord in full Krishna consciousness, at once he becomes freed from all contamination of material nature. There are different processes of religion and purificatory processes by cultivation of knowledge, meditation in the mystic yoga system, etc. But one who surrenders unto Krishna does not have to execute so many methods. That simple surrender unto Krishna will save him from unnecessarily wasting time. One can thus make all progress at once and be freed from all sinful directions. One should be attracted by the beautiful vision of Krishna. His name is Krishna because he is all effective. One who becomes attracted by the beautiful, all powerful, omnipotent vision of the Krishna is fortunate. There are different kinds of transcendentalists. Some of them are attached to the impersonal Brahman vision. Some of them are attracted by the super soul feature, etc. But one who is attracted to the personal feature of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and above all, one who is attracted by the Supreme Personality of Godhead as Krishna himself, is the most perfect transcendentalist. In other words, devotion service to Krishna in full consciousness is the most confidential part of knowledge. And this is the essence of the whole Bhagavad Gita. Karma yogis, empiric philosophers, mystics, and devotees are all called transcendentalists. But one who is a pure devotee is the best of all. The particular word used here, ma shucha, don't fear, don't hesitate, don't worry, are very significant. One may be perplexed as to how one can give up all kinds of religious forms and simply surrender unto Krishna. But such worry is useless. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. So if you see Guhya, Guhyatara, Guhyatamam, Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan teacher, that also you can put. Guhyaganam, Brahman aspect, impersonal aspect. Guhyatara, again impersonal, but situated in everyone's heart. Then Guhyatamam, the personal aspect of Krishna. Now Krishna says, I don't give this knowledge to one who has no faith, nor I am expecting that you should go and give this knowledge to one who is faithless. But still devotees are very compassionate. They will take all the troubles to even go to faithless people. Like Srila Prabhupada, when he went to West, there were no Brahmins over there, or there were no devotees over there. But Prabhupada gave this knowledge to everyone. But Krishna says, Idam te navatapaskaya na bhaktaya kadachana na shrushve vachyam na cha mam yobhya suyati. Idam te natapaskaya na bhaktaya kadachana na shashrushave vachyam na cha mam yobhya sruyati. Now Krishna says this confidential knowledge, Natapaskaya, don't give to one who is not having any austerities, as drunkard. He is into all types of illicit activities, including meat eating, illicit sex, gambling, drinking. Don't give this knowledge to such a person. Then also don't give this knowledge to na abhaktaya. Don't give this knowledge to one who is not a devotee. Then kadachana, at any time, don't do this. Na cha ashrushave. One who is not engaged in devotional service, don't give this knowledge to him. Vachyam na cha mam yah abhyasuyati. And also don't give this knowledge to abhyasuyati. That means the envious people. So one who is not a devotee, one who is not austere, one who is having enviousness, but that means one who has a very bad qualities. Don't give this knowledge to those people. Even if you try to give also, they will not understand. We may try out. But those who are envious of Krishna, this knowledge will never enter. Devotees can try out. even in the 10 aparadhas. Ashadadhane vimukhe pishruvati yachopadesh shivanama aparadha. Don't give this knowledge to ashadhalu people. It is said in the Pandal program, we don't know who has come. Somebody has walked inside, that means he has some faith. In Pandal program, you can give this knowledge. One-to-one interaction, just see how much is surrendered, how much is eager to accept this knowledge. Then only you should give. Or he will land up in arguing with you. Wherever argument is there, Kalibas is there. Better is don't give. Okay, Vandana Mataji, read.
Hare Krishna. Idam te nastapaskaya na bhaktaya kadachana na
Why are you saying bhaktaya? Bhaktaya.
bhaktaya.
Kadachana.
Idam te
Natapaskaya.
natapaksaya.
I want to say Natapaskaya. Na you say, just na you finish. Na tapaskaya.
Tapaskaya. Na tapaskaya. Na
Why are you saying na kaya? Ya is there or what? Na tapaskaya.
Na
bhaktaya.
Na bhaktaya kadachana.
Na
cha ashur.
Na chashru shushrave.
Na chashu shurve. Shusave. Vacham na cha mamah yo.
Na cha mam
yo
suyati.
Yo bhakta soyati.
Yobhya suyati.
Yobhya suyati. This confidential knowledge may never be explained to those who are not austere or devoted or engaged in devotional service, nor to one who is envious of me. Purport. Persons who have not undergone the austerities of religious process, who have never attempted devotional service in Krishna consciousness, who have not tended a pure devotee, and especially those who are conscious of Krishna only as historical personality, or who are envious of the greatness of Krishna, should not be told this most confidential part of knowledge. It is, however, sometimes found that even demonic persons who are envious of Krishna, worshipping Krishna in a different way, take to the profession of explaining Bhagavad Gita in a different way to make business. But anyone who desires actually to understand Krishna must avoid such commentaries on Bhagavad Gita. Actually, the purpose of Bhagavad Gita is not understandable to those who are sensuous. Even if one is not sensuous, but is strictly following the disciplines enjoined in the Vedic scriptures, if he is not a devotee, he also cannot understand Krishna. And even when one possesses himself as a devotee of Krishna, but is not engaged in Krishna conscious activity, he also cannot understand Krishna. There are many persons who envy Krishna because he has explained in Bhagavad Gita that he is the supreme and that nothing is above him or equal to him. There are many persons who are envious of Krishna. Such persons should not be told of Bhagavad Gita, for they cannot understand. There is no possibility of faithless persons understanding Bhagavad Gita and Krishna. Without understanding Krishna from the authority of pure devotee, one should not try to comment upon Bhagavad Gita. Hare Krishna.
So just for not being interested in preaching, one may say this verse. The Lord has told not to give this to faithless people. Your work is to give. But how much to give, that has been restricted. 3 times you can talk to a person. Just because one doesn't like to preach, one cannot give this excuse. If this excuse would have been there, then Prabhupada would have not gone to the West to preach. So Prabhupada went. And there he did not find all faithful people there. All faithless people only were there. But still, there's an act to give. There's a way to give. Ya idam paramam guhyam madbhakteshu vidhasati bhaktim mayi param putva mami vaishata samshaya. Ya idam paramam guhyam madbhakteshu vidhasati bhaktim mayi param putva mami vaishata samshaya. Krishna says, do not doubt. Asamshaya. Do not doubt, Krishna says. Ya idam paramam guhyam. This is the topmost of the knowledge. Mad bhakteshu vidhasati. Speak it among the devotees. Explain the secret to the devotees. Then, bhakti mai param kutva. You will attain pure devotional service to me. Now, what is this? Explain this knowledge to the devotees. That means he's performing pure devotional service only. Na? That is why he's giving this knowledge to the pure devotees. Again, Krishna says, after doing that, pure devotional service is guaranteed. So he has to know what is he doing. What is this meaning? The meaning is, what you are starting, that is only your goal. What is sadhya is your sadhana. Chanting, the pure chanting is your sadhya. Then practicing chanting is your sadhana. Achieving pure devotional service is sadhya, that means goal. Then what should be the means? The abhideya is the means, that is pure devotional service is the only means. So achieving in the spiritual world, whatever is the means, that is a goal. There is no difference between the means and the goal. So means is pure devotional service. And the aim is also what? Pure devotional service. Okay, Gadadhar Prabhu, read.
Hare Krishna Mataji Dandatna. Ya idam paramam guhyam madbhakteshva abhidashyati.
Madbhakteshva bhidasyati. Madbhakteshva.
Madbhakteshva abhidashyati.
Why you are saying a? Madbhakteshva, word has a. Madbhakteshva bhidasyati.
Madbhakteshva abhideshyati.
Again you are saying a. Madbhakteshva bhidasyati. Madbhakteshva bhidasyati. Don't say a in that.
Okay. Madbhakteshva abhidashyati. Bhaktim mayi param kritva mam evashyati asamshaya.
Mame vaishyati asamshaya. Why are you saying like that? Mame vaishyatya samshaya.
Mam evashyati.
Don't break. Don't see English. Mami. If you are seeing English, then you have to connect both the words. Mami. Mam eva. Don't say that. Mami vaishyatya samshaya. Mami vaishyatya samshaya.
Mame
Say again.
vaishyati.
Yes.
Samshaya.
T-Y-A. Connect that.
I cannot follow a Sanskrit language.
Yeah, neat.
Samshaya. For translation, for one who explains this supreme secret to the devotees, pure devotional service is guaranteed. And at the end, he will come back to me.
So this verse speaks about sadhana to prema. You start with sadhana. What is sadhana? Chanting of the holy name, reading Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, speaking to others. You do this, then Krishna says pure devotional service is guaranteed. And what is that? Prema. Love for Krishna. Bhava. Love for Krishna. That is guaranteed. Yeah.
Hare Krishna. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Generally, it is advised that Bhagavad Gita be discussed amongst the devotees only. But those who are not devotees will understand neither Krishna nor Bhagavad Gita. Those who do not accept Krishna as he is and Bhagavad Gita as it is should not try to explain Bhagavad Gita whimsically and become offenders. Bhagavad Gita should be explained to persons who are ready to accept Krishna as the Supreme Personality of God. It is a subject matter for the devotees only, not for the philosophical speculators. Anyone, however, who tries sincerely to present Bhagavad Gita as it is will advance in devotional activities and reach the pure devotional state of life. As a result of the pure devotion, he is sure to go back to home, back to God. Hare Krishna.
So this verse speaks from about the sadhana bhakti, because now in Bhakti Samra Sindhu you'll be learning this sadhana bhakti, then bhava bhakti, prema bhakti. So there are stages. You start with your sadhana, hearing, chanting, shravanam, kirtanam, Vishnu smaranam, pada sevanam, archanam, vandam, sakyam, atma nivedanam. You start with shravanam. Kirtanam. Ultimately, you will reach the topmost goal. Okay, last verse for today. Nacha tasman manushesho kaschin me priyakuttamah bhavita nacha me tasmat anya priyataro bhuvi. Hansupi Prabhu, read the verse.
Hare Krishna Matai. Na tasman manusheshu kaschin me priyakritam bhavita na cha me priyakritamaha bhavita na cha me tasmadanye
Na is there a
priyataro
word. Bhavita na
cha me
cha
tasmad
anya.
anya priyataro bhi. There is no servant in this world more dear to me than he, nor will there ever be one more dear. Hare Krishna.
Lord Krishna says, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Jali dekh tare kaho Krishna Naam. So it's our duty to preach. Krishna says, I love the one who preaches. I love one who gives this knowledge to the devotees. But don't give this knowledge to those who are envious. You should give it in a different way, not directly. You cannot teach directly the teachings to one who are envious, who are not austere. You can give this knowledge in a very indirect way, first becoming a friend in this way. Krishna says, such servant is very, very dear to me. Okay, one more verse. This is last verse, 70th verse. Again, it's only one line verse. Adhyeshyate chaya imam dharmyam samvadamavayoho jnanyajnena tenaham ishtah syam iti me matihi. Adhyeshyate chaya imam dharmyam samvadamavayoho jnanayajnena tenaham ishtasyam iti me matihi. Adhyeshyate, whoever is studying this knowledge, dharmyam, samvadam, this is a conversation between you and me. Whoever is reading this conversation and worshipping me, samvadam avayoho. This is the conversation. Samvadam avayoho. So I have given this samvadam, this conversation, and this is the most important conversation, sacred conversation of ours. Whoever worships me with this, so here is said, Jnanam yajnena tena aham. So I declare that he who studies this sacred conversation of ours worships me with by his intelligence. So by studying this conversation, automatically he gets some intelligence. That is also there. And he worships me with that intelligence. That means our intelligence is purified just by studying this conversation. And with that purified intelligence, one can worship Krishna more nicely. That has been given. Vishwambhar Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji, adhyeshyate cha ya imam dharmyam samvadamavayoh jnanyajnena tena
तेन हर्मिष्ठः स्यामिति मे मतिः. Translation. And I declare that he who studies this sacred conversation of ours worships me by his intelligence. Hare Krishna.
Okay. So here said worships me by his intelligence. That means he gets the intelligence to worship. Is another meaning. Worships me by his intelligence because he has studied this conversation. This conversation of Krishna and Arjuna is so pure. Whoever reads this, his intelligence is purified. And then with the purified intelligence, he serves. So any questions you can ask. More 8 verses are there, which we'll try to do either Saturday morning or Sunday morning. I'll put that in the group. Not Sunday morning, it will be Saturday morning only. Sunday morning, no time. It will be Saturday morning. So that 2 weeks you're waiting for preparation of the examination. I just want to complete this portion, not tomorrow, but tomorrow I have to go to farms. So it's like Saturday morning.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yeah.
In this 18.65, this Manmana Bhakto, Madbhakto, and again in 9.34, same, almost same verse is there, was the same meaning. Why this verse has been spoken twice here?
There is Guhya Tamam Gyan, Manmana. Prabhupada writes, Manmana. This Guhya Tamam Gyana. That means the topmost secret that I am a person. You can only think of a person. You cannot think something impersonal. Brahman is impersonal aspect. Paramatma again is impersonal aspect. So this is the most confidential subject, Krishna says. There's only that Ikvevam Atmanam Matrayanam. You will be connected to me. And at the moment you are connected to me, by meditating upon me, by thinking about me, by worshipping me, you are connected to me. And that is how you're going to achieve me. So you see in these 2 verses, there is sadhya and there is sadhana, there is sadhya. So what is that sadhana? The first time when 9.34 Krishna says, that is sadhana. Practice thinking about me. Practice worshipping me. In this way, you will be connected to me. Practice how to be connected to Krishna. Like when Guru Maharaj gives Diksha, what is he doing? He is giving us Das Dasi name so that we practice chanting. The more we practice service, then Krishna says you will be guaranteed. You will be guaranteed the connection. You will have connection to me. Okay, when you have connection again, then what you will do? You will again think of me only, no? Think of me, worship me. In this way, you will achieve me. In these 2 verses, if you see what is there, sadhana, sadhya. Sadhana, the way, and sadhya is the goal.
This one. Thank you.
Anything else? No doubts? Okay, Karthik Deepdan also has made everybody tired, I think. Now, take early rest. Then Saturday morning we'll do. Tomorrow, no class. Saturday morning, 8:30 to 9:30, we'll complete this portion. For Saturday evening, we have Ramanujar class. Sunday mornings, we have Seva in our temple, everybody. And then Sunday evening, we have felicitation program also. So in this way, we cannot do anything this Saturday or this Sunday, not tomorrow also. So start studying and contemplate. Contemplate why Krishna says. Yesterday, I taught you how to study Bhagavad Gita. Take words, connect with the words which has been spoken. Same words, Satatam has come. Which words Satatam has come. So all these things will make you relish Bhagavad Gita more and more. And then in this way, we can have more deeper knowledge. Like just this one question, why these 2 times it has been spoken? What we have derived out of it? One is sadhana because it is Ikvevam. Ikvevam means connection has been shown. And there Krishna says, you will come back to me. That is sadhya. Okay, Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. Where is our Chotu? Sarvadharman Parityajya, she wants to chant.
Gopalabalam Vanekapalam Samsaramaya Atimo Hajana Atimohajana Yaso Virasam Ishupalakaram Balam Mukundam Manasa Smarami.
Very good.
कृपा सिन्धुदेव च पतितानां पावनेषु वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः.
Hari Bol. Jai Ho.
जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय.
Jai.
Hari Bol.